our founder, Scott Heiferman, a wonderful Jew and lover of Israel as well. He was in a state of shock, like frankly everyone else was after 9/11. He went down to the lobby of his apartment, and he met with someone, and he said, "Hey, what floor do you live on?" And the person lived on the exact same floor, and he's like, "You live on my floor. I've never met you before." And then another person also lived like on the floor as well, and he's like, "All these people haven't met," and he kind of had this like eureka moment, and he said, it shouldn't take tragedy to build community. My goal in life is going to be, how can I build community, not having to do with tragedy, but finding ways to connect people together so that they could bond around common interests. So really, actually, right from the get-go, it was about building adult friendships, which is, by the way, the number one most searched term, on Meetup, certainly during the pandemic, was finding adult friends and finding friends. And it was always about friendship, community, finding your people, and not having to rely on going to restaurants or bars or whatever it is to find your people. So really from the get-go, that was the case. Funny enough, what happened is that there is a major politician in the US. His name was Howard Dean. He was running for president back in 2004, very long time ago, almost 20 years ago, which is crazy. I'm sure some of the listeners remember him. He was famous for one thing. Do you remember what he was famous for, Yoel?
I want to say, I don't want to get it wrong. No, please tell me.
Okay, he's famous for the scream. He had like the Howard Dean scream, whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's it. He was done after the.
He was done. Scream. The scream just ended his political career.
Yeah,
don't know what it was.
You can YouTube it. It didn't seem so bad. Like, I didn't watch it live. I was too young then. 20 years. I'm 37, so I wasn't remotely involved. I learned about it when I was in college, and I was like, that was it. I was like, you just going like on stage, kind of, I like forced excitement, kind of. It was in the sense,
I mean, people like Trump or maybe Biden could do 10 things worse than that before breakfast in the morning,
Right.
So anyway, at the end of every event that he had thousands of events, all around the country over the span of over a year, he would say, "Join my Meetup group. Join Meetup because it's the best place to kind of connect with me." And he had thousands of Howard Dean support groups. And then another not well-known senatorial candidate in the state of Illinois, who also you would know, not for his scream, but because of his name, Barack Obama, also used Meetup and put us on the map. So we ended up growing oddly through political relationships.
That's interesting.
Which had nothing to do with the original community building, but it was about kind of politicians building communities around their campaigns. And we actually have nothing with any politicians today.
Would you say social media has kind of overtaken that for the political aspect?
Definitely, because we're talking about 2004 when social media was really nascent, possibly even non-existent. I don't know when Facebook even started, but probably around then. And we were the first social media. The difference was we were about using technology to get people off of technology. So people use Meetup to then meet up in person and get together in person. And we still do the same thing today.
This is think about it. It's actually the opposite what you and I did, because I met you in person at a sales conference in Israel. And here we are now meeting up again virtually.
using in person to get together technology. That's, I think we have a new future of Meetup here.
I think you got to do it. How do you find the people you meet in person and continue that conversation?